Hey everyone, and welcome to a preparedness video here on the Dude Outdoors. This is part of my preparedness series, kind of an impromptu thing, but I thought it was worth discussing today. I was out and about uh, working Monday. We have a major snowstorm here, and sadly, I had to go out and travel, which I normally try to avoid. But unfortunately, with the type of work that I am in, it is unavoidable. So today, I just wanted to cover some things about emergency travel in snowstorms or inclement weather. But we're into winter weather. I felt it was appropriate this uh, for this time of year. So yeah, like I said, we got nailed with this huge snowstorm, as you could see in the opening. Uh, Tons of vehicles off the road, all that stuff. So tip number one, where we start with emergency preparedness when it comes to winter travel, is we don't go anywhere unless we absolutely have to. Usually with a winter storm, we know far enough ahead of time where we can go and get whatever we need to. Groceries, supplies, fuel, whatever else. So with that said, stay home if you can. It's really the best advisable thing to do. We have people out there trying to clear the roads, and you being in the way is just making things harder. So definitely number one tip. Number two, we're going to start with your vehicle. Vehicle maintenance should always be done. Check your oil level, coolant level. Make sure your windshield washer fluid is topped off. Make sure your tires are inflated. Make sure you have a spare tire. I don't know how many people use them anymore. Nowadays, we live in the SUV world where everybody owns some type of all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle. With that said, that doesn't make you bulletproof when it comes to bad roads, bad weather conditions. So you're going to want to make sure that you still take it slow, but go ahead and utilize that all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Also, make sure that you have appropriate tires, good tread on your tires, and a snow or all-terrain tire, something with aggressive tread. You can even go as far as having studded tires as well. You're going to, if you do have travel, make sure that you clear off your vehicle, all the snow, all the ice. Make sure your wipers work. Knock those off so that way they move freely and actually clean your windshield. Clear your mirrors off. Allow your vehicle to warm up before you leave. You don't want to um, hop in when the engine is cold, oil is cold. Things don't work very well in those conditions. It puts more strain on internal parts um, of your engine. So you want to make sure that you give it some time to kind of warm up and do, you know, do like a 15-20 minute warm up. A lot of people in our area have remote car starters. If you don't, I'm sorry, but take the time to, throw on your boots, go start the car up and let it warm up while you at least brush it off. Make sure all windows are clear so you have as much view as possible. And like I said, mirrors are cleared off, so that way you have vision behind you. Um, Nothing to obstruct your view. You're going to One of the more dangerous parts of winter travel, or really travel in general, is the people around us. They're not always paying attention. They're more of a danger to you than you are yourself. So you definitely want to be on the lookout for people who might be driving too fast, trying to pass you, um, especially when approaching stoplights and stop signs. Also, dangerous areas, curves, hills, things of that nature. I don't know, like I said, if people really um, keep tire chains anymore, but if you do, good for you. I know there's tire chains, tire ropes, like a studded bungee cord belt thing as well. So all those things very good to keep in your vehicle and know how to properly put them on and secure them to your tires so that way they don't come off during travel. With that said, as part of being prepared, which as the season change, we should be, as the seasons change, we should be doing anyway, is we should be taking um, items from our vehicle and either adding or changing or removing certain things, right? So it's safe to say if it's wintertime, we probably don't need bug spray and suntan lotion in the car. We probably we probably would want blankets and extra socks, right? So I have a list here. We'll run down through it. It's just an idea of some emergency items you can carry in your vehicle. And we'll get started. So number one is going to be emergency and safety essentials. And these are just a few ideas. Some I've already mentioned. Another big thing is to make sure you carry extra windshield washer fluid. That's very important. You don't want to run out without being near a gas station. So keep a gallon or two extra in your trunk, somewhere in the vehicle. Number one, like I said, emergency and safety essentials. First aid kit include bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, and other basics. I would say that's always, all the time. You should always have a small first aid kit in your vehicle. Flashlight with extra batteries, essential for visibility during the night, or like today, whiteout conditions. The more you can be seen, the better if you're broke down on the side of the road or in a snowbank or ditch. Reflective triangles or flares, multi-tool or Swiss Army knife, jumper cables or portable jump starter for a dead battery, tire chains, like I already mentioned, and fire extinguisher. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. You should always have a fire extinguisher, jumper cable should always be in there. Multi-tool should always be in there. Reflective triangles and flares should always be in there. So I guess this isn't necessarily tailored to your winter travel, but kind of items to keep in your vehicle at all times. Tools and equipment is number two. Ice scraper and snow brush. Absolutely. Yes. Both. Most of the time they come together, but make sure you have a quality one. Don't get one from like the dollar store because those break really easy. Small shovel, traction aids, sand, cat litter, or traction mats to help with slippery surfaces. Tow rope or strap, tire repair kit, and portable air compressor for flat tires. Number three, warmth and comfort, blankets or a sleeping bag. Stay warm if stranded. Hand and foot warmers, compact and long-lasting heat sources. I think you can get those in bulk at like your club stores, Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's, or Amazon. Extra clothing, hats, gloves, scarves, and socks. Waterproof boots for walking in snow or slush. Food and water. Non-perishable snacks, granola bars, nuts, dried fruit or protein bars, bottled water. Store in plastic containers to avoid breakage if frozen. Thermos with hot beverage. I don't know. If you're commuting to work in the morning, more than likely you have a travel mug with coffee. I don't know if that's necessarily important, but it's on the list, so we'll say it. Communication and navigation, fully charged portable phone charger for staying in touch. Emergency radio, battery powered or hand crank to receive weather updates, and a paper map in case GPS fails. And learn how to read your paper map. But again, all these things definitely should be in your vehicle at all time anyway. Let's see. Okay. And in your portable phone charger, make sure that you have the appropriate cords for your phone as well. Number six, miscellaneous, emergency blanket, Mylar, lightweight and heat reflective, Those are always good. Again, another item you should always have: duct tape for quick fixes, extra windshield washer fluid, um, preferably one designed for freezing temperatures. That's a good point. You can get the one with de-icer in it. Probably a pretty good idea to keep that. Basic toolkit: wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers. Another thing that you should really have all the time. Seasonal additions: antifreeze to keep the engine running smoothly. Okay. Gas can: keep your fuel tank at least full to prevent freezing. Okay, no, not a thing. Snow chains or winter tires if not already equipped. Um, yeah, the gas can. So you should always have a gas can in your car, at least a gallon. Um, what I'm also wanted to touch on is we had another guy coming in from out of town today who has been helping us out with a job. He ended up being stuck on a major highway for several hours because there was a 50 car pileup preventing him from traveling any further. So, with that said, make sure you keep your tank full, your gas tank full, and make sure that you kind of have an idea of possibly, pay attention to road signs and know when your next gas station is coming up, or rest stop as well. Um, obviously, if road conditions are too bad, pull over to a safe area, preferably a rest stop or I think they're all considered rest stops, I guess. They have ones with amenities and without. Pull over there, wait for conditions to kind of die down, things to sort of clear up. Always another big thing, like I said, we know when a winter storm is approaching. So keep an eye on the weather, but also keep an idea or check your phone, see what weather updates are out there. And what the radar is doing. Learn how to read a radar. Um, that's always helpful. Usually, if it's white and purple, um, it means snow or a mix, which is bad. Um, and pay attention to your temperature as well outside. Wind gust as well. We also had or are still having some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well, which wasn't necessarily an issue for me driving, but when we have tractor trailers on the road or box trucks, that's definitely a danger for them. So they might get blown over into your lane, causing them to sideswipe you or putting you into a ditch. So you'll want to stay away from tractor trailers as much as you can. Give them room. They can't necessarily always see you. And if you're going to pass, make sure they know you're passing. Obviously don't do it in whiteout conditions per se. Um, Apply your four ways. Uh, I guess so. When I lived in Florida, um, this was a big pet peeve of a lot of people. Is when it would rain real hard, people would put their four ways on. Snowstorms very different. Again, whiteout conditions. You want to be seen as much as you possibly can. Give cars around you, distance from the vehicle in front of you, and hopefully the vehicle behind you also does the same thing. And yeah, I think that's really it. What I would suggest as far as your food and water, any perishable items or anything like that, keep those in a backpack and bring that backpack in every day. You don't want to try to thaw water if you need it. That to me just seems kind of silly. So don't let water freeze. Um, some things I keep in my vehicle. I work outside all the time, so some things I keep in my vehicle at all times is extra clothes. I always have extra socks, extra pants, extra shirts, extra sweatshirts, extra coats, um, like bib overalls, insulated bib overalls or coveralls. Um, I don't keep extra boots because my boots are usually pretty good. They're waterproof. And they're good work boots, insulated, so I don't really have to worry about that. Uh, Extra hats, gloves, different couple different types of gloves. Insulated gloves for cold, and then some kind of lighter mechanics gloves, but with rubber on the outside if I need to do anything like clear ice from under the truck or change a tire, anything like that. Um, I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, definitely make sure you have a spare tire. Make sure you have the jack and a tire iron so that way you can change that as well. Just Also make sure the uh, spare tire is pumped up or donut, whichever you have. Make sure that it is at the pressure that it's supposed to, so that way you don't run into any of those issues as well. Um, Besides that, I think that's really it. Um, there's really not too much. If you live in an area where there's really bad winter weather, you're pretty well acclimated to this kind of stuff. But again, it seems like today I noticed a lot of people, and not sure if they're from around here or maybe didn't think that it was as bad as it was. We have had some uh, pretty mild winters since I've come back north from Florida. We've had very little snow. It's been cold, but very little snow. So I don't think people are used to having to deal with all of this again. Um, and like I said, a lot of trucks off the road. Truckers, unfortunately, um, due to the nature of their business, they may have never. It could be their first time ever driving in snow like this. So when you got a 70-foot long vehicle um, that weighs thousands of pounds, that essentially can really do some damage. So definitely watch out for your truckers and kind of back off from them, like I said before. But with that said, that's it. Thanks for taking a look at this video, um, and check out my social medias, Facebook and Instagram, um, also TikTok as well, and check out the Rumble. Either YouTube or Rumble is kind of I post in both places. Sometimes I'll do Rumble instead of YouTube, depending on the content. Yep, post in both places. So please go over there and whichever one you like, subscribe to those. Obviously, you've already found me since that's what we're doing, um, or since you're watching this. Thank you again for watching, and get outside and get lost.